big to stop this momentum, because as these rounds go on, Lopez get more and more confident.
Lopez has to be careful. Every time Weeks steps in, sometimes Marquez lets loose, and Lopez looks away.
The Marquez jab has not been effective last round or so.
Oh, and Lopez is rocked. Another left hook, a right hand to the jaw. Lopez disoriented, temporarily dazed. He got another shot in. Marquez, another. Right hands are landing. A left hook lands by Marquez. What a round for Marquez. Lopez looks a little unsteady, but he's battling back, and he hits him to the back of the head. This might be a point.
But this works in Lopez's favor. It gives him a chance, in a way, to clear the cobwebs.
And this is when the experience, he has to keep his cool. The referee is in complete control of this fight. Lopez don't want to do anything silly to cause him a disqualification or something. He's arguing with the referee.
And this could be a 10-7 round if Marquez keeps coming. But that gave Lopez a chance to clear his head, even though it was the correct call by Weeks.
And as I was mentioning earlier, he was getting more and more confident, Al. He got overconfident and got caught. We all know about his vulnerability.
Another pop by Marquez. Lopez really slowed down here. And he continues to give an earful to Tony Weeks.
Okay, just sit down. Let's relax. Okay.
Well, Rafael Marquez has landed some very good left hooks in this bout. None as good as this one. Perfect on the point of the chin. And he had him in trouble, and then would land another good straight right hand in the sequence after that. You see it again. Great leverage on that hook.
Yeah, you know, he was there. He felt really good. He was winning that round hands down. But Marquez, the experience kicked in. He stayed his head, kept his head in the fight.
And a point deduction from Tony Weeks will come here. Well, there was a point deduction after that, and that added to the woes of Juan Manuel Lopez.
Too many shots by Lopez to the back of Marquez's head, and it backfired on Lopez. Now round 5, coming off that terrific 4th round for the Mexican warrior in red, Rafael Marquez.
And we want to point out that Juan Manuel Lopez, his resiliency is pretty amazing. When he fought Rogers Matagua, he was so hurt in the 12th round that he was out on his feet for 3 minutes, still managed to finish the fight. So don't count him out. And you see the power punches in the last round.
I mean, they both just exchanged left hooks. Both fighters seem to be hurt.
As the action heats up, round 5. Lopez missing with a straight left hand.
And there's a lot of swelling under the right eye of Rafael Marquez from some of those left hands of Lopez.
Lopez looks over to his corner and says, I can't believe this.
He's bemused by that, but it's for pushing down on Rafael Marquez's head.
And Lopez has to stay composed here. It's a big fight. He can't be overtaken by things that are going on in the ring with the referee. Your fight is with Marquez. Take care of business.
Oh, what a left hook by Marquez to the chin.
And then a right hand.
Another left hook. A straight left counter by Lopez. Lopez hitting the gloves of Marquez.
It seems like Marquez is giving Lopez some angles, and he's turning right into a punch that he can't see, and he's been effective with that.
And I also think that Lopez so preoccupied with landing that right hook that he's leaving himself open for the left hook of Marquez.
It was Lopez who looked kind of cocky and confident earlier on, but the proverbial tide looks to be turning. Lopez going to the body with a straight left.
And you know, one thing we haven't seen much of. Oh,
good right hand by Marquez.
We haven't seen that much body work by either man. That one was low by Marquez.
Yeah, they're all going for the knockout.
Yeah. Why worry about those pesky body punches? There's a couple.
Weeks with another warning. And they just continue to slug away.
Lopez seems like he's having some success with an overhand left. And he's coming around Marquez's jab. His guard right now.
And you know, we have to accept that this is a fight that could change 4 or 5 more times at any second.
Lopez has to be careful. Looks to be squaring up as he lets fly with a series of right hands.
Okay. Take some deep air. Okay. Hear me. We're working okay. We're just working good.
Let's go back to round 4, where there was a point deducted from this man, Juan Manuel Lopez. That was for pushing down on the head and then punching. And that was where Tony Weeks took the point away, and then had to give him a warning later about that as well. That's what made that a 10-8 round.
Nothing quite like the atmosphere of a big fight in Las Vegas, especially when it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Highly spirited crowd and tremendous action. Took a little longer there than usual in that Lopez corner. As we enter round 6, scheduled for 12, WBO Featherweight Championship.
Lopez told us when we talked to him, you know, it's going to become a war at some point in this fight. We want to both box and show our skills, but it's going to be a war, and guess what? That's exactly what it is.
And even though Lopez was hurt in round 4, I think he came back pretty good in round 5.
I agree.
This is a very, very close fight.
I've got it dead even at this point because of the 2-point round for Marquez. And
so now round 6. Let's see what this one presents.
now at that time, Marquez got caught trying to throw a left hook to the body. It was slow. He squared himself up and got hit with a left hand by Lopez. Sports media's total punches in this fight. Lopez outlanding Marquez and throwing more.
Yeah, I think those are the early rounds where he looks as if he dominated round 1 through 3, but it's getting closer now.
Lopez with a very high work rate.
Let's not forget he's 27 years old. Marquez is 35. You have to put your mind set in the Lopez camp. How many times can Marquez go to the well with fights like these? You know, it has to be take a toll on you eventually.
But there's Marquez and there's the rest of the boxing community, right? The way he thinks. So determined, so fierce.
This round, a change in tactics by Lopez. He has gone to the straight left much more, and that's a safer way for him to fight. Doesn't open himself up so much with those right hooks, and it's been very effective here in round 6 for him.
We approach a minute remaining in round 6.
That's where it seems to be dangerous for Lopez inside, because you know Marquez is trying to set him up with a devastating counterpunch. Outside, it seems like Lopez has some advantage.
Nice inside uppercut by Lopez. That's one of his strengths.
It's been a great round for Lopez, and he's ripping shots in there.
Marquez doing his best, but he's being tied up, smothered by the punches of Lopez. Right hand off the side of the head by Lopez. Marquez taking a step back near the ropes, feeling the sting of those punches. Nice sequence for Lopez.
Yeah, it seemed like he came out this round determined to put some hurt on Marquez.
It's the return of the Super Six. Arthur Abraham versus Carl Froch, plus Super Six leader Andre Ward against Sakio Bika. Two great matchups.
We're so looking forward to that. The Froch-Abraham fight really could be one of the best of the year. We're looking at one of the best of the year right now, too. Now, the left became a very important weapon for Lopez. He got hit with the jab, but he's throwing that left hand and throwing it straight and throwing it well.
He's not that fast. When you go in there, just use the velocity. We need to use more rhythm and more velocity.
That's the voice of Daniel Zaragoza, his trainer, a former bantamweight champion, a Hall of Famer, who even sparred with Marquez, even at his age, because his style's so similar to Juan Manuel Lopez.
Couldn't have a better guy in your corner. A southpaw, two-time world champ, 17-year Hall of Fame career. Take a look at the press row scoring.
That's intriguing. I have Lopez ahead by 1 point in this fight.
You know, I have it scored every round for Lopez, other than the fourth round, when it was a 2-point round. I mean, it seems like Lopez has just done more in those rounds outside of the rounds he was hurt.
Yeah, and you can make a strong case for that.
Marquez indicating to Tony Weeks those shots were rapid shots.
You know, Marquez looks fatigued, but he's still landing some very good left hooks.
Oh, he hit
holding and hitting, yeah.
Well, you can never count Marquez out, right? No matter how exhausted he might look.
This is a great sequence here. Both men doing some really good work. Lopez landing with more power.
But it's Lopez coming forward.
Yeah, Lopez right now is landing some punches. I think it's taking something away. Those uppercuts inside.
That rocked Marquez. Those short, snappy punches inside by Lopez.
These are great exchanges.
Oh, what a left hook to the jaw out of nowhere by Marquez.
He's tough, and this is the experience. In the counter-punching, it's where he has his most success, when you think he's hurt the most.
That stopped Lopez in his tracks. But now he continues to come forward. There's no quitting. Lopez, another left hook to the chin by Marquez.
Look at Marquez's feet. They're squaring up when they're inside. I mean, that shows that he's getting a little weak, and it's from those body shots.
And that's what he does and gets himself in trouble. But I'll tell you what, they're both landing some big shots in here.
Furious exchange. Back comes Lopez with a blistering attack. Marquez missing with the left. Oh, what a left hand by Lopez. He's got Marquez up against the ropes right above us.
Marquez is taking a serious beating right here.
Oh, and then he comes back with a left hand to Lopez's head.
Marquez can land the left hook often. It's not hurting Lopez as much right now.
Now it's non-stop sustained action. And it's two-way action, but it's Lopez pouring it on. Marquez steps away. Another warning from Tony Weeks.
You know what? He's taking a massive beating. It's a one-way action. This is all Lopez. These shots are taking so much from Marquez.
Oh, rough round for Marquez. Big one for Lopez.
You got to keep with your defense. You can't let it go. Your defense is a quality. You have to stop him with something. You got to stop him with something.
Juan Manuel Lopez, early in this round, got nailed with a left hook there, but he pushed Marquez back. And then Marquez showing us that left hook is available to him. That was a perfect left hook, but it didn't slow Lopez down, and Lopez pushing ahead, and both men exchanging great punches. And then finally, Tony Weeks at the end of the round giving a warning to Lopez. He is pushing the head of Marquez down a lot, and that's what